From a surprise White House visit by Conor McGregor to swirling controversies over alleged fouls in the Octagon, you won't believe which fighters are grabbing headlines this week. Hang on, because names like Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, and Paddy Pimblett are all setting the stage for massive showdowns you can't miss. Conor McGregor made waves when he unexpectedly appeared at the White House to meet with Donald Trump in what some are calling the most patriotic crossover the sport has ever seen. The meeting, rumored to be tied to Independence Day celebrations, has fueled speculation about possible endorsements or even political ambitions. Fans took to social media, noting that Conor McGregor's flair for showmanship aligns perfectly with high-profile events and bold stunts. While details remain under wraps, insider whispers suggest that the two discussed everything from combat sports to potential business ventures. Observers also point out that Conor McGregor's cameo could be part of a larger promotional strategy, hinting at future partnerships or public appearances. Whether it's a fleeting spectacle or the start of something big, the MMA community is buzzing. For now, all we can do is wait for the official word on this surprising political meets sports moment. Tom Aspinall recently shared his take on the tight showdown between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. A bout many thought could have gone either way. According to Tom Aspinall, there was no question that Magomed Ankalaev displayed superior tactics. He just chose not to fully commit to wrestling exchanges each time he shot in. While some praised Alex Pereira's takedown defense, Tom Aspinall believes the real story lay in Magomed Ankalaev's strategy of wearing Alex Pereira down along the fence. Rather than driving hard for every takedown, Magomed Ankalaev mixed in cage pressure to sap Alex Pereira's energy and keep him guessing. Tom Aspinall insists this fight was anything but boring, arguing that both men put on a masterclass in striking and grappling defense. He also points out that Magomed Ankalaev's star power gives him the freedom to explore multiple weight divisions. As far as Tom Aspinall is concerned, he simply wants his chance at an undisputed title, no matter who stands across from him. Rumors of a rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley have the Bantamweight division buzzing, and Corey Sandhagen is weighing in on the potential booking. Corey Sandhagen believes Sean O'Malley's massive social media following is the key reason the UFC might prioritize that fight over a showdown like Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov, which Corey Sandhagen insists was far more competitive. From Corey Sandhagen's viewpoint, Sean O'Malley's lone highlight, a late body kick in the original fight, doesn't negate the fact that Merab Dvalishvili controlled most of the action. Still, Corey Sandhagen acknowledges that underdog narratives and second chances can change the dynamic, especially over another 25 minutes. Another factor is Sean O'Malley's ability to capitalize on star power, which often outweighs strict merit-based logic in matchmaking. Corey Sandhagen aims to secure a title shot himself by defeating Davison Figueiredo, believing his performance will speak louder than any hype. In Corey Sandhagen's eyes, that's the true path toward proving championship credentials in such a stacked division. Aljamain Sterling recently broke down the fantasy bout between Paddy Pimblett and Dustin Poirier, offering a nuanced look at each fighter's strengths. Aljamain Sterling sees Paddy Pimblett's grappling as a key weapon. One slip or back take could spell a swift end if Dustin Poirier isn't careful. On the flip side, Aljamain Sterling lauds Dustin Poirier's hands, predicting Dustin Poirier would dominate any prolonged stand-up exchange. Paddy Pimblett's call-out strategy, Aljamain Sterling notes, is about picking the highest-ranked opponent with the most favorable style matchup. Yet Aljamain Sterling himself admits he'd root for Dustin Poirier, especially given their history in the sport, and Dustin Poirier's proven toughness. Whether or not this fight ever materializes, Aljamain Sterling admires Paddy Pimblett's willingness to chase top names. In the unpredictable world of MMA, bold moves like that can pave the fastest route to stardom and title contention. Diego Lopez is set to collide with Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 314 for the vacant featherweight title, a matchup that has ignited anticipation among fight aficionados. Responding to skeptics who question his gas tank, Diego Lopez points to his unanimous decision triumph over Dan Ige, insisting he is fully capable of lasting 5 intense rounds. Diego Lopez acknowledges that he slowed down slightly in the Dan Ige fight, but chalks it up to continual growth and in-cage adjustments. Diego Lopez also reminds fans of the knockdowns he scored against Brian Ortega, emphasizing that his punching power often goes overlooked. While critics wonder if Diego Lopez can keep up with Alexander Volkanovski's relentless tempo. Diego Lopez seems unfazed. Diego Lopez argues that selective memory fuels the doubt and believes he's evolved into an even more well-rounded threat. With a chance to claim the vacant belt, Diego Lopez aims to validate his hype and silence any lingering questions about his cardio. Robert Whittaker recently offered his thoughts on Justin Gaethje's unanimous decision win over Rafael Fiziev, suggesting Justin Gaethje may not be firing on all cylinders. While praising Rafael Fiziev for stepping up on just 12 days' notice, Robert Whittaker felt Justin Gaethje's speed and aggression seemed a notch lower than in their first encounter. He points to Justin Gaethje's knockout loss to Max Holloway as a potential factor in recalibrating his approach, possibly leading to more caution during exchanges. Still, Justin Gaethje remains one of the most electrifying lightweights in the sport, with his trademark pressure and devastating strikes. Robert Whittaker's assessment has sparked fresh debate on how a single KO defeat can linger in a fighter's psyche, subtly changing their style even when the win column keeps growing. Many fans now wonder if Justin Gaethje can rediscover his full-throttle aggression. Whatever the future holds, Justin Gaethje's path promises to be a must-watch storyline for MMA enthusiasts everywhere. In a candid conversation, TJ Dillashaw and Rampage Jackson described the whirlwind that comes with capturing UFC gold. TJ Dillashaw emphasized how a champion's life quickly becomes overloaded with media obligations, sponsorship deals, and promotional activities, a stark contrast to the relative calm of contender status. This sudden spotlight, he says, can trigger performance anxiety and external pressures unlike any other. Rampage Jackson chimed in with his own cautionary tales, revealing how his entourage swelled with people who didn't necessarily have his best interests at heart. He stressed the importance of scrutinizing who enters one's inner circle, warning that newfound fame attracts opportunists as well as fans. Rampage Jackson wishes he'd known this earlier, hoping future champions can avoid similar pitfalls. Both legends agreed that grounding yourself in a trusted circle and knowing when to say no is crucial. Ultimately, the belt elevates a fighter's career, but it also brings hidden challenges outside the octagon. Sean Strickland decided to tackle a steep, snow-laden hill with a bold sprint, but his run ended in a dramatic wipeout that left his knee battered. After bounding downhill, Sean Strickland posted a clip showing him crashing over rocks and branches, later revealing that he emerged with bloodied scrapes and bruises. Renowned for his no-holds-barred personality, Sean Strickland seemed more amused than alarmed, cracking jokes about his misfortune on social media. However, concerned fans and peers pointed out the dangers inherent in high-speed antics outside a controlled training environment. Sean Strickland brushed off the worst-case scenarios, hinting that the injury wouldn't derail his fighting schedule for long. While it remains unclear if this mishap might affect any upcoming bouts, Sean Strickland's carefree attitude suggests he'll be back in the gym sooner rather than later. For now, the MMA community hopes the damage is minimal, trusting in Sean Strickland's resilience and trademark swagger. Paddy Pimblett has not minced words when discussing Michael Chandler's alleged habit of flirting with illegal moves. Dustin Poirier once highlighted glove-grabbing and fish-hooking incidents during a clash with Michael Chandler, while Justin Gaethje claimed repeated eye pokes were an ongoing issue. Paddy Pimblett also pointed to Michael Chandler's controversial bout against Charles Oliveira, where multiple hammer fists landed to the back of the head, raised eyebrows. According to Paddy Pimblett, Michael Chandler knows exactly what he's doing and pushes boundaries intentionally, a tactic Paddy Pimblett says he'll be ready to counter. In fact, he joked he would bite Michael Chandler's finger if faced with a fishhook scenario. For Paddy Pimblett, any blame rests partly on referees for failing to intervene, and partly on opponents for not alerting officials in real time. As their UFC 314 contest approaches, fans eagerly anticipate whether these alleged infractions might surface again. Paddy Pimblett insists he won't hesitate to respond in kind if necessary. This week's developments prove that the MMA world is never short on drama and high-stakes matchups. If you want to stay ahead of every shocking twist and headline, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment with your thoughts.